Hey everyone, Victoria Waco, WWE fan, and former Mrs. New York American. So I'm the beauty queen that loves pro wrestling. It is early on Saturday morning. I have my coffee because Smackdown was last night. And of course, today I live in the Eastern time zone, so it will be around 1 o'clock for us. We have Night of Champions from, of course, Saudi Arabia. I did a video already about my thoughts about that. All I have to say is I hope that the talent continues to be safe and that they get home safe, and all the production and everyone else who goes to this because of their various jobs connected to putting this event on. With that though, the happiest news, as I'm sitting here in my robe exhausted, is that we did get the news that next week SmackDown is going down to 2 hours. Now, I personally, just as a viewer, am very excited for this. It is very hard for me to get through all 3 hours. Not because of lack of interest in what's going on, just because I'm like old and tired and like I don't stay up that late anymore. Curious, and I haven't like delved into that, like the reason behind that. Like I heard a lot that they were staying at 3 hours originally, they announced, because of advertising and stuff like that. So curious what changed the trajectory, if ratings have really been that bad. Quite honestly, I just haven't looked at that stuff. But let's talk about what happened on the actual show. So we open, of course, with Cody and Randy. The crowd, I don't know if like Riyadh like has watched the other PLEs from other countries and finally understood like we're supposed to be loud, because that crowd usually is dead. I will say, and this is the only other thing I'll say about Saudi Arabia, I only counted like 3 women in that entire audience. Okay. Anyways, so they were loud though. I think it was a wonderful promo between the two. I think it set up the match really well. I think what it helped is like if you're not someone who watched a long time and knows the history that Randy and Cody have together, I think they kind of remind you a little bit of that history and stuff. Like I even forgot. Like I forgot that Randy slapped his dad in that match. Totally forgot that. So yeah, stuff like that. And then we moved into I think tag teams. They were all fighting. I will say that like kudos to SmackDown, because I think SmackDown and writing team is working very hard to try to build and try to figure out how to make their tag team division relevant. And as like I said, a fan of someone who loved tag team wrestling growing up, I very much enjoy that, and I do think that's partially because, of course, we know Road Dogg was in one of the most prolific tag teams in the late 90s, the New Age Outlaws. I think he has a love for tag team wrestling, so that just makes me very excited. I'm not loving everything they're doing right now with the tag teams, but I feel like they're trying to build something. With that, we had 2 tag team matches on the show. The first one was with Andrade, and Andrade was going to have a secret partner. His secret partner ended up being Rey Fenix. I think this is actually a very, very smart move to do with Rey Fenix. I think he has not gotten over as well as Penta has on the Raw brand. But I think, you know, what I've seen of his work when he was tagging with his brother, he does very well in a tag team setting. So I feel like it might be a really good mix. And I don't even like Andrade that much, but I was excited to see Phoenix, and overall I think it was a good match. There were a couple hiccups in it, but it was good. It like set up some more stakes between these tag teams, and like I still though I don't really love DIY. Also, where did the wife go in DIY? I thought she was like hanging out with them. Did she get fired? Maybe they all should get fired. But yeah, that part's a little confusing to me, but overall, I liked seeing Rey Fenix in this type of role, and I think he could do very well in the tag team division as a star. And then, of course, we had another tag team match, which was with the Wyatt Six. I just feel like Wyatt Six is a little lost, and that makes me very sad. I was so excited when they appeared. I was so excited for the video vignettes, all the different things they were doing with them, that this feels very odd and like I don't know what's happening. So they of course had a tag team match for the tag team titles against Street Profits. Also, like Montez Ford had the weirdest thing on his head when he came out. Like, I don't know what that was supposed to be, but never do that again, please. You also get like fashion commentary from me on these. But yeah, it was distracting during the opening. I was happy it was gone. And then the match was okay. It ended up in a disqualification because all the other tag teams came out. We know Wyatt Six attacked them all like a week ago. So like they were getting their revenge on them. But again, this is where I think I need more vignettes from Wyatt Six to truly understand like what they're doing and why they're doing it. Yeah. So that's my thought on that. They did end up kind of annihilating almost everyone though. But yeah, I feel like they're a little lost. That's my thoughts on the Wyatt Six right now. Other things that happened were we had a really great thing with Naomi. Of course, the women, just like they did with Randy and Cody, the women who are going for Queen of the Ring, Asuka and Jade had a thing in the ring. I think I remembered why Asuka doesn't talk that much during that promo, but that's okay. Jade also flubbed on her promo, which she started to talk about SummerSlam and not Queen of the Ring, and I got a little confused there. So both, like, I think she needed to really work on her promo more, and I think Asuka, it's just a barrier of, like, maybe it's me not understanding the character and why she talks the way she does. It could be that too, quite honestly. With that though, Naomi came out, talked about would she cash in. That foreshadowed what happened in the last woman standing match with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, where she did try to cash in. Spoiler, Tiffany Stratton used the briefcase against everyone and won that match. I really didn't love that match, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't looking forward to that match. And for no other reason, I'm just like tired of Tiffany and Nia. Like, give me something else, please. Anyone else. Give me Naomi and Tiffany on a run. I don't even care, but give me something. And then, of course, the highlight of the night was the very end. John Cena and CM Punk, or Punkonomics, or however you want to say it. It was great. CM Punk, John Cena came out, did his normal, like, spiel. I am really over, and I just find it annoying, the double announcing him. Like, I get it, it's supposed to be he's arrogant, full of himself. It doesn't come off of that. It just comes across weird, personally, my opinion. The Punk stuff was amazing. He must have had so much fun with whoever he worked with to put that together, because it was so much fun. It was hysterical. I loved every word. He did such a great job. Highlight was where would you want to stay someplace where they rehired your ex. Loved that. Thought that was hysterical. There were a couple other points mentioning the Marine. That was, of course, direct-to-video that he did. There was just so many more moments. It was just a reminder that I think sometimes people think like Punk is a one-trick pony when it comes to promos, right? That he can only do the fire-up, angry, pipe bomb style, tearing you down type promo. And this was like tearing him down, but in such a creative way that I think it just showed Punk's range. I also did love the Cubs jersey, but I will say, some of you know this, some of you don't. I'm a Catholic, and the Pope likes the White Sox. So what does this mean? Like, Punk is, I think Cubs aren't going to do well this year, Punk. That's just a joke. Hopefully you got it. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think it was a great last up. I also will say the video package they did earlier in the show was phenomenal. Whoever on their production team put that whole thing together, like, they deserve a bonus. They deserve hats off. It was fabulous. One odd thing, and maybe this is why they're going to 2 hours. Did anyone have like back-to-back Jurassic Park commercials during that show? I feel like every time I turn around, they were telling me to go see Jurassic Park on Wednesday. It was a little obnoxious how many times they pushed that movie during the show. That was my one big complaint overall. Like, they talked about in commentators. It was like one time, it was literally back-to-back commercials during a commercial break for that. So did that happen to anyone else? Was that just like my region? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you like this show? Did you not like this show? Are you looking forward to Night of Champions? And I will do my predictions in a separate video, so check for that to come up soon too. All right. Talk to you all soon in the comments. Bye.